Mamma Mia, here we go again. Welcome everyone to Stardew Valley here on Fantasy Farm. We are in the official throes of summer proper with day 5. Hard to believe already, but yes, we are here. The crops, as you can tell, are a little bit slower during this season, but that's okay. Spirits are mad. Weather report. Gonna be sunny tomorrow. We saw this last episode, but I just want to reiterate for anybody that is just now hopping in. And if you are, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Let's get some stuff going here. Grab that coal. And continue on our merry little adventure as we figure out what we're doing with our day. Oops, one more. One more strawberry, please. Thank you. If you have not seen the last couple days, the biggest thing other than planting the crops, as you can tell, is we have sprinklered up. We no longer have to water our crops, at least in their current configuration. They are done, they are taken care of. There will be no more crop watering for the time being. There will, however, despite that, I should go ahead and put some water in Callie's bowl. There will, however, be the constant influx now of me picking up the hardwood from the side of the forest farm, as I would like to have a steady influx of that going. We'll, of course, be checking the mushroom cave as well here, and I'm going to actually be taking some mushrooms out of this dehydrator and then throwing some right back in. As you can see, the morels versus the common mushrooms, these actually do give less. Just wanted to point out that, yes, there are different versions of the dried mushrooms. They don't all give the same type, so it will vary depending on what you put into that machine for what you get out of the machine. So I'm going to show this a couple more times, but if I decide to continue doing this, which I probably will, I will inevitably just be cutting this out. I'm going to show it this time, though, because we're headed down in this general direction anyway, as we're going to be going to the Traveling Merchant before anything else, and figuring out if they've got anything worthwhile for us to pick up. If they don't, well, whether they do or not, it's kind of irrelevant. We'll just figure out where to go from there. There's a couple things I do have in mind that I would like to do. So we'll see where the wind takes us. And man, that just gave me the really odd urge to go play Wind Waker again. I don't know what it is with that game lately. I played it 3 times this year. 2 of those 3 were back-to-back. I literally 100%ed the game and then turned right around and started up a new file and did it again. I don't know what was going on with me in that game this year. For anybody that knows my history with Zelda Wind Waker, I very much have a love-hate relationship with it, and most of it falls on the side of love. I just wish that the elements that I did not like were better, and while they largely get fixed in the HD version, it's still on a not great console, so maybe we'll see a fix to that soon. Here's hoping. Summer seeds, we already know what these are. Blueberry bean starters, we know these are. Poppy seed muffin, this is a cooking thing. We'll eventually make one of these, but we have no need for this right now. Carp, we already know. Sweet pea, we know. Fairy seeds. These are seeds that you can buy at piers in the fall. They're easy to pick up. They're not worth the 500 gold. Red cabbage seeds. Okay. That is tempting, admittedly. The thing about the red cabbage is it sells for quite a bit, but it's not quite that great. If I had the seed maker, that would probably be worth my time. However, you don't get that until farming level 9, so I'm going to pass on that. Pale broth, again, that's cooking. Clay is not worth that. Birch beech, rare seed. I'm going to pick up a rare seed, and I'm going to start recommending that you do the same. Is that every time you come down here, if you can spare the money, to go ahead and grab one of those. What will you need it for? There is a quest that will give you a star drop in exchange for it, so that's an automatic yes. You'll, of course, need to sell one, and they're used for, I believe, a few other things, and they just have a good sell price in general. So, really, it will be worth your time to pick these up. So, if you see one, grab it, throw it on into the chest for later, and that is exactly what I'll be doing. And now, we're going to figure out where to go from here. So, as we can see, at least based on our skills, we do want to be focused on money making, but farming, well, we're waiting on crops to grow right now. Mining we can't do, and so we really can't do combat either, because we don't have a pickaxe. Foraging, we could go around and look for the last forageable item, and I'm actually going to throw one of each of the forageables into the community center chest over here. So we probably will do that, and then we are going to do more fishing today, as we still have plenty of new fish that we have yet to see. So I am going to take a little poke around and see what I can spot here. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of luck. I probably should have checked the forest more diligently than I did, but you know what? That's perfectly okay. There shouldn't be anything on the help wanted board, as we're still going to have that. So we're just going to look around. It's not a high luck day, so I'm not expecting to see a ton, but hey, we might have a little bit of luck up in the mountains as well and find one. And if we do, it might be worth our time to quickly swing down to the community center and deposit those. If we do find one, then we'll have one of each now because we found the other two forageables. That's crazy to me that we haven't found that third one. That's usually the most common one that I see by far. Usually the sweet pea is the middle of the road one, and the grapes is the one that is super hard for me to find. I'm not going to do that, buddy. Instead, I'm going to give you this. You enjoy that. There's really not one here. We did get this. I also completely forgot about this. When that earthquake happened and day 3 started, we completely skipped this last episode, and that is my bad. Welcome to the train station, but it also has a spa as well. I'm not going to go inside any of these. I just want to show this off. It does have some areas you can clear out of things, and you can get the artifact spots up here as well. Sadly, there's not a lot to do here. There are a few things. The spa, basically, you can go inside of this and you can go into the spa itself and it will rejuvenate your energy extremely quickly. If you're playing multiplayer, this is unfortunately probably pretty close to useless for you, as you could go into your bed and get your energy back that way, and then you don't really need that at all. But if you're doing single player, then of course you don't have that option. So if you're low on food and you're nearby, this is one way to rejuvenate your energy. Also up there, of course, as you saw with the train tracks, is every now and again a train will pass through Stardew Valley. Should this happen and you go up there, the train has the potential to drop items. The thing is, the items it drops usually aren't that great and they're not worth going all the way up to the train station for. It's usually basic things like coal, maybe some geodes, and ultimately usually not worth your time. It's a bit of a shame to say that, but it is ultimately true. It is worth noting, and I did bring it up on the, well, I didn't bring it up directly, I think indirectly I did, on the little notes, is that Sebastian, I believe on Thursdays, will go up to that train station area. So note that that area is now unlocked, and that potentially a few people might go up there, and Sebastian is one of those people. I don't think anybody else does too often, but Linus will go up there in the winter when it gets cold, as he hangs out by the spa to stay warm. So just do bear in mind that having areas unlocked like that can slightly change people's schedules. There's a big one that occurs later on, but that's after the community center is finished, that will, I think it's fair to say, at least to some degree, drastically alter people's schedules, and so you may not find them in spots that you found them pretty frequently before. So do keep that in mind. For now, though, I feel like it's too early to cut into the video. We could talk a little bit longer. This is being recorded the same day as the previous episode did, so this is episode, let's see, this is 17 now. 1-7, wow. It's going to be able to sign up for war for the next episode. It'll be 18. That's hard to believe. That episode 20 will be here before you know it. It's crazy to think about. I've been enjoying playing this, though. It's been fun. It has not felt like a chore, hardly at all. Even for like the bigger days, like the first year of spring and summer where editing is going to be a little bit more heavy, it's not felt like a chore at all to do any of the editing for this, any of the recording. It's been a lot of fun, and it makes me glad that I've gotten back into doing Let's Playing. The streaming can be fun from time to time, but especially when we're doing co-op streaming, so many things have to fall in place of like, I have to not be busy, Icarus has to not be busy, we don't have to be doing anything that's off screen, like level grinding or anything like that. We don't get distracted by other stuff, which is mostly her, granted, but still, of like, you know, just working on other stuff like shopping and what have you, real life stuff. Here it's just like, okay, I've got time, it's just me, I don't have to worry about anybody else, and I can just hop right on in. This right here is probably a sturgeon, based on the erratic patterns here. And of course, this is the one, like I said, you're going to want to catch quite a few of these, if possible. Hello? I just got to catch you, buddy. You're going to want one of these for the community center, but you're also going to want some in addition for a fish pond later on. I'm not going to go into any detail about what the fish pond is, what it does, or why specifically you need the sturgeon, but just know you're going to want a fair few of these. Like, oddly enough, your ideal amount is, like, probably a pretty high number, ideally 11 total for counting the one for the center, but if you don't manage that, like, I would say at least have, including the one you're going to donate to the center, at least have probably 6. You could probably get away with 4. But you're going to want a fair few of these. This isn't the only season that they're available, and they are available here regardless of whether it's raining or not, so they're not too hard time-wise to find. You just have to make the time to come up here and catch some. So they're not too terribly bad. I will say, I'm definitely getting hungry, and I'm glad that brunch is coming up on the way here. It is currently, as of the time, 9:41. It usually takes about an hour to record these, and we're about 10 minutes in, so it'll probably be about 10:30 by the time I'm done here, which means it will be just about time for me to head over for Christmas brunch. And like I said, I am definitely getting hungry. That will be a sight for, I wouldn't say sore stomach, but definitely a rumbling one, that's for sure. And then after that, I'll be able to sleep. I'll have work tonight, and then I'll be free for a couple days to just relax and not worry about as much going on. I'm currently caught up on commission work for writing. I'm currently caught up on my own personal work. I do need to get started decently soon on editing another chapter for a friend's book, but I feel like he'll be fine with waiting for me for a couple days as it is the holidays. So it will be nice to just relax, maybe do some VR stuff, and just take a little bit of a break, because it feels like I have just been pedal to the metal with one thing or another basically since the start of December, so it would be nice to not have to worry about that anymore. We're all good on that, all stocked up on food and drinks, all, at least for now, until the thing I need to comes in through the mail, we're all done with having to work on vehicles and do the inspection and all that, so that I don't have to worry about. Passport's in, so I don't have to worry about that. Now it's just a nice, relaxing march to the end, which is exactly what I need right now. It'd be very nice to just have a week of just everything being calm and chill. Even at work, the stuff that I've got to do once a month has all been done as of a couple days ago, so I don't even have to worry about that. It's very, very nice. Could we perhaps get another sturgeon before 7 o'clock hits? I would very much appreciate it if we did. I do believe once that 7 o'clock hits, I will probably just cut by that point, as then there won't be any new fish. All the other fish that are here are ones you've seen before. The chub, the largemouth bass, the bullhead, and the carp. Otherwise, there is nothing new here for the time being. Perhaps we could get one more sturgeon, please? Nah, this is definitely not one. This is probably chub, would be my guess. No, that actually is a rainbow trout. Okay, so we did get both types. That rainbow trout, I don't believe is used for anything in the community center, but you want to try to grab one of each fish. If you, for whatever reason, are having a hard time catching those, you can also find them in the river. But there's also the trout derby that's coming up relatively soon, and your goal is to literally catch those. So if you're looking to catch one, you could probably just go to the derby, catch the trout there, and then you're also going to get potential rewards on top of that. I'll be showing the derby, but I probably won't show both days of it. There is one in the winter as well that I'll be showing off. And while they are nice little additions, I do absolutely believe they can detract away from what goals you potentially need to be doing that may not necessarily involve fishing. Right, we've passed 7 o'clock on our timer up there, and I thought I heard the little thing go off, but nope, that was just me talking. So I'm going to go ahead and cut to the end of the day. as we're kind of waiting on crops and stuff like this is just liable to happen where you're going to get days like this, and as we can't mine, there's not too terribly much going on. But I'm going to try not to cut too much. But we're going to do it for here, and then we'll see what the day looks like tomorrow, and I'll cut a little bit if we need to fish tomorrow, but I'm going to try not to cut too terribly much. We'll see how it goes. I do believe that will be our last cast, as we have not leveled up today. We've got to tuck in a little bit earlier than normal, but that's perfectly okay. It's easy to forget, but every single one of these catches, especially when you do a max cast, or you find a chest in there, or you get a high quality thing, is just that little bit more experience needed to get to that next level. Luckily, this will be a nice, quick, easy drop-off. I'm going to put the sturgeon in there. Every other fish is going in here. I'm going to put the algae in there as well. I'll keep the... Well, you know what? Actually, nah, I probably should continue to keep the jellies. These are relatively rare, so I'll keep those. We'll toss these in here. Let's go for the iron, as it usually takes a little bit longer, so put that in there. More stuff there, and go to bed. Jelly's doing some work, some fishing doing some work. And look at that, we basically made almost the money that we spent upgrading that pickaxe. And the good news is, today is the day that we get it back. So let's go do it. That was a higher pitched crow than usual. The spirits are ultra mad today, also known as very displeased. It's going to be a beautiful sunny day tomorrow. Well, if you do indeed say so, let's put that in, get things going. Do a quick rundown to make sure that there's nothing that's ready to be collected. It looks like not. Put the honey in there as well. I'm going to do a quick run over to this next screen just to see if there's any forageables that I need to grab here. And then we'll do a quick run. Nope, doesn't look like. We'll do a quick run for me to go pick up that wood, and then there is something I need to double check on to make absolutely sure. So I'll do that off camera as well. So I will grab the axe, chop up those logs, and I will see you here in a moment. Alright, there we go. That is all that taken care of. I went and watered Callie's bowl because I didn't have it in me to not do that. So we're going to get our pickaxe, and the thing I wanted to check on was to make sure that the event was not going to happen. It said that it's going to be a sunny day tomorrow, and the 3 days that were in this row were days 5, 6, and 7. It's obviously not occurring today, and it didn't happen yesterday, and it's not going to be occurring tomorrow because the weather would have told us, which means we've got the green light to upgrade the axe as well. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to also start putting these iron bars to use and start crafting some of these lightning rods here in a little bit, but we're going to worry about that once I've got more of those done, as well as some more refined quartz. So not going to worry about it right this second, but we'll probably do that a little bit later today. That will be shown on screen if we are or not. But for now, let's go pick up that tool, because we could really use it. I'm going to poke around and see if I can't find that last forageable as well, because, man, it's starting to get me a little worried now that we're not going to find it. At least not very easily. So there we go, one steel upgrade, only to go right into another. It is nice to see that up to a good steel quality. This also does mean something else. I'm going to poke around up here real quick, because I know sometimes they can appear up here as well. And then I can get stuck on a bush. With the addition of that steel pickaxe, there's something else that we can do on the farm as well. And I'm looking forward to taking care of that. And anybody that watched the very early videos knows why, because I don't like having clutter on my farm. In particular, stuff that I can't get rid of, but now I can. If pieces of stone need to be fresh. Well, fittingly enough, that will actually probably be done today, so that can be easily taken care of. Man, just no luck with that. Hey, Sam, how's it going? I'm gonna talk to you and your younger brother, too. Just remembered I was meaning to do something, but I forgot. It's happened to me all the time. Yeah, it doesn't get better as you get older, trust me. Dad's coming back soon. I hope he brings me some toys. Foreshadowing, perhaps? I was gonna look through the trash, but then Haley showed up. You smell like grass. Well, I don't partake myself, but farming sounds so boring. What do you even do all day? Care for plants, explore the caves, snoop around the room, dig for treasure. I'm gonna go with dig for treasure. She's probably gonna be mad about that because it's gonna involve getting dirty. Oh, sounds like a lot of work. I thought there might be a potential since she'd be like, oh, well, treasure, like, you know, pretty things. Diamonds and jewelry and all that. Fishing is absolutely an option today, but as you can tell, probably I'm trying to avoid doing that again. Hey, Willie. Just for the sole purpose. Hey, there we go. The spice berry. Just strictly for the sole purpose, though, of, like, I wanted to keep it. I try to keep it as varied as I can. I know that, like, sometimes that just doesn't happen based on how things play out, but I don't want it to be just, oh, this is day 8 million of fishing in a row. So try to avoid that when possible. Hey, we don't have that one yet. Prehistoric hand axe. As you can see, unsurprisingly, the spring onions are not there in the summer. They are only there in the spring. Got a bit lucky finding an artifact spot there, though. That was a nice little find. There's another spice berry, which is good. I don't really, like, desperately need more than the one spice berry that I picked up, but now I'm just kind of figuring, you know what, we're already out here. Let's see if we can't spot anything before heading on back. We'll probably make a community center run, maybe take that to Gunther with that hand axe. But there is one other thing we could do now, and yes, we can finally get rid of these giant stone. Ah, it feels good to get rid of these. Not even for the quest, it's just nice to have these free. The grass can grow more freely. I don't have to keep walking around these. They can all be taken care of. And as you can see, they give you a very good amount of stone for breaking them as well. So if you were running kind of low on stone, this might give you the opportunity to stock up a little bit. I do believe that's all of them. How are we doing on space in the silo here? Oh, we still have plenty of room. I might have to cut more of this down, and I might actually, while I'm thinking about it, see if Robin is available for me to get another silo built. Well, do I have the space? I might not have the space is the problem. That log might still be in the way. Yes, it is. Okay. Well, we'll have to wait until that gets cut down. But once you get the steel axe, you can knock those down, so that will be taken care of pretty soon. I'm just moving around in circles here. Alright, that needs to go. I'm going to try to grab the lowest quality of each of these. So I've got one of each. And all 4 of these need to go. Put those back. That goes down here. The bait goes away. And how much stone did she say she needed? She needed 25. Okay. I'll move that up here real quick. You better not be gallivanting off who knows where, Robin, which granted Marnie is the one that tends to do that more. Robin's hours might be weird, but at the very least we can say safely for her, there's not a book dedicated on the items and powers for letting you use her till even when she's not there, unlike Marnie, so she at least has that going for her. Hey! Hey, you got the stone I asked for, thank you! You are welcome. Oh, and she didn't even take it. I thought she, like, needed it. Maybe I don't know, because Clint does ones where, like, every now and again he'll be like, hey, can I inspect the copper ore, but you can keep it afterwards. I thought she was going to, like, take it. That was why I specifically only left 25, but I guess she didn't. Oh, well. I'll keep the stone. I've got no problem with that. Alright, pufferfish, tuna, tilapia, and if it rains, we can get that last one for this bundle, the red snapper. That's in the desert. This is an area we can't reach. I'm still waiting to find a cockle or a crab. There's that bundle done. And that tiger trout is a fall fish, so we cannot get it currently. As for over here, like what we saw with the seeds for spring, you can probably guess what's going to be happening here. With your foraging bundle, like with the spring, it's going to give you a nice assortment of the wild seeds for spring. So if you're looking to pick more of those up, you know what to do. And you could probably guess what will happen with the fall and the winter ones as well. Alright, let's go put some things up, as my inventory's not super cluttered, but it is a little bit cluttered. Eventually we are going to have to come around to figuring out when we're going to specifically take time out of our day and grab that next backpack upgrade to get that third and final row. I don't think we're quite in that area yet, and also 10,000 gold is a fair bit to drop on it, same as it would be with upgrading to gold for the other items, so I'm okay with waiting for a bit. We'll kind of play it by ear on that. Oops, not that. I'm going to put the stone in there. And I'm going to take this out. And we'll make a quick run to Gunther, because he's open till... Well, I can't do that with Clint. He's already closed. But I can get to Gunther in time, as he is open till 6. I said I needed to make more lightning rods, so let's do that. It's just a single little piece, but again, I'm trying to not just be like, oh, we're just going to do fishing and nothing else. So we'll do a little bit of roaming around, seeing the sights, what everyone's up to. To think, not that long ago, this guy was saying, hey, there's not much in the collection. He's actually got a pretty good amount here. Like, it's not perfect or anything, but, you know, this would be, for a small town, a pretty respectable amount of things to look at. We haven't gone down to the beach today, and since I did mention trying to find a crab or a cockle, I'm going to go ahead and make that attempt here. See if we can't find one. It is a bad luck day, though, so my hopes are not too terribly high on finding one. And I'm afraid not. I know I could check that other side, but it's predominantly coral, so I don't think that will be happening. So instead, I'm going to follow Willie's lead, actually. I'm going to go and fish in the river, because we haven't done river fishing in quite a little bit here. Oh, wow, there's a lot of people hanging over here. So I'm as angry today, my skin's a bit too delicate, I'm afraid. That's alright, you know. It can't be helped. Hey, Sebastian. Glad the path to the railroad tracks is open again. I like going up there when I feel like being alone, which is often. Alright, from here I think we'll cut. Of course, I'll show off if anything interesting happens. I'm actually not sure what the new river fish are for this month in particular, but if there is anything new, I'll be sure to highlight that. Oh, looks like we have a chest here. Perhaps we could find something interesting before I cut away? Provided that I don't accidentally lose this fish. Ah, pike! We have not caught one of those yet. They're a little bit finicky, as you can tell, and it's an emerald. That's alright. Alright, we will see you guys when it is time for me to cut back with whatever bounty we have found. Apparently that was like the place to catch pike, because as you can tell from my toolbar, that was basically all we got. Everything else was either algae, bream, or junk. What you see is what you get. There was nothing else hidden in that toolbar below the one you can see on screen. So apparently if you're looking for pike, that's the go-to spot right there. Either way, we'll keep one and sell the rest, and probably sell that bream too, as I believe I already picked up quite a few of those during the spring. That's not the right one. Yeah, we got a lower level one in there. We'll grab, put like 4 in there. I do need to make a chest for this stuff as well, because I'm quickly running out of space. And by quickly, I think I mean right now, actually. I think I'm out of space to put everything in there. So we'll put the glasses in there. Put these. We'll keep the trash in here for now. That seems a fair enough place to put it for the time being. We are at least a little bit fortunate that rain hasn't come up yet, or a thunderstorm hasn't come up yet, because I don't need to make the lightning rods like right away, which has been giving me the time to upgrade those tools. So that has been a nice little plus. Wow, that was worth that little? That pike was not worth... Oh, it's because I actually only sold 1 and kept the rest. I meant to do that the other way around. That explains why that number was so small. Considering how much easier the bream was to catch, though, I would have figured that would have been worth a little bit more. Ah, well. It was more about a day of like making sure that things were taken care of. We got 1 tool put back, and then we threw another one right back in there to be upgraded. So that was the primary focus, was that, the foraging, and doing some community center stuff. So it worked out. Either way, that will do it for this episode. I'm curious to see what will be going on with the next few days. We don't have that quote-unquote threat looming above us of that event going on, so we're taken care of on that front. We'll have our axe back the following day after this. We'll have the traveling merchant today, and we'll see what else we can do, which will hopefully involve not fishing if we've got a good day for luck. If we don't, I'll figure out what to do from there, because truthfully I'm not entirely sure. We could focus on chopping down some trees, as we are running low on having that, but we'd have to do that on the 8th rather than the 7th. But we'll figure that out next time. And once we have that axe back, we also will have access to a couple secret locations. You might be thinking, more than one? Yes, actually, there is more than one. The other location isn't as grandiose, but there is an item we'll want there. So until then, thank you all for watching, take care, and I will see you all in the next one. Later.